It's the Edmonton Oilers and the Carolina Hurricanes on this Friday night as three individuals are set to make their Edmonton Oilers debut. And this guy, well, he's not making his debut to Game Keys, of course. It's Cam Moon. Thank you so much for being here. And let's talk about those three guys. In Goaltending, Jason Dickinson, just getting into oil country yesterday, and then Connor Murphy on the blue line. So we'll start by talking about the forwards in Colton and Jason and what you like about what they bring to this complexion of the Edmonton Oilers.
Well, I think they bring something to the Oilers that they could really use. And first of all, with Jason Dickinson, a solid third-line center that's very responsible defensively, and a guy that has done a lot of penalty killing in his past, so maybe there's some penalty killing in his future here with the Edmonton Oilers, but it helps solidify that third line and just giving you that veteran, smart player that can take care of things on the defensive side of the puck. Goaltending, Dach, here's a guy that can play a real physical game and has some speed to go along with that and not afraid to get in there and mix it up. So I would think for a guy that I would think will start on the fourth line tonight, that's going to bring some physicality to this team. I think that's something they could use. I mean, we see Vasily Podkolzin out there, and he's hitting players or standing up for players in certain situations. I think Goaltending, Dach can bring more of that. Now, with the defenseman and with Connor Murphy, now it helps he's a right shot. So I think just by default, this is going to make things easier for Jake Wallman. He returns to his left side, his proper side. And again, a guy that is good on the defensive side of the puck, that can skate really well and can play a physical game. I think these are things the Edmonton Oilers need. It gives them depth on their defense. And we'll see how the pairings all look tonight. And there may be some tinkering with those pairings over the next 5 or 6 games, or maybe even longer until you get closer to the playoffs. But for a team that has struggled defensively here lately, all three of these additions, I think, really help improve that aspect of their game.
100%. And there's also the human side of trade deadline, right? I mean, Colton, a young guy, being able to come over with Jason, he was talking about how much that really helped him yesterday, texting him every 15 minutes, asking, what should I be packing? What do I bring? But then also with Connor Murphy, all these guys coming from the Chicago Blackhawks organization. And I think that something that I love that Jason said, and all of these guys shared this sentiment, is how excited they are for a run at the postseason and what that will feel like. And Jason said this morning, my favorite thing about what I do is seeing the frustration and the will to win come out of guys on the other side throughout a game. And we talk about the fact that he's going to play that shutdown role. Well, that's fantastic to hear from a guy who really understands what this organization is looking for.
Yes, exactly. I mean, these guys, all three of them, knowing precisely why they're here and what their role will be. Now, Goaltending, Dach has the added experience of seeing what Edmonton is like in the playoffs.
The local boy.
Yes, born in St. Albert, grew up in Fort Saskatchewan. He has seen many Oilers games over the years, and I am sure he's very much looking forward to that. But so are the other two. I mean, playing in the playoffs is so special, and in Edmonton, I would say extra special. The way the crowd gets into it, the way the city gets into it, all of it. And we've been lucky enough to see that here over the last how many years. But yeah, all three of those players are super motivated. So I think that helps. That helps bring energy to the entire team.
We got to talk about goaltending today. Chris Knobloch confirms that it will be Tristan Jarry who starts. We haven't been able to see Jarry for, actually, it's been 10 days since his last start, of course, in Anaheim last Tuesday. He was pulled in the final 13 minutes or so for Connor Ingram to come in, and then the Oilers go on to lose that game. What are you expecting to see from Tristan Jarry in what could be a bounce back against a very good Hurricanes team?
Yeah, it needs to be sharp. I mean, Tristan's game, quite honestly, it needs to improve. And this is an opportunity to do it against a very good team. I mean, the Oilers have a gauntlet of good teams they're playing here in the next little bit, with Vegas, Colorado, Dallas also coming up after this Carolina game. But just looking for a guy that is dialed in. And when you see a goaltender that you can tell that he's crisp and his moves across are anticipating the play properly. There's no guessing in his game. There's that just that sharpness, that means he's dialed in. You can see that early, and hopefully we see that early today and it continues. The Oilers are going to need goaltending tonight. They're going to need everything tonight against this very good Carolina team, but it starts in net, so Tristan Jarry needs a good start.
We're talking about how good the Carolina Hurricanes are, and here's why they are so good. Since January 4th, they hold the best record in the NHL at 15-2-3. That's pretty consistent.
Yeah.
The fact that they've won 15 of their last 20 games. What is most threatening about them?
They have a balanced attack, and they can roll those lines. You're not looking at shutting down one line tonight. You got to look at the whole thing. And Jacob Slavin has been a big part of this team. He was out early with injury since he has come back on defense, but really can control the game. So when he's playing well, which is usually always, it makes it difficult for teams to deal with that. This is a team that they're good off the rush. They can score goals off the rush. And again, part of it is having that depth. When you look throughout the lineup and you look at the points, they're fairly evenly distributed. So for Edmonton, every line's got to be going. They got to play well in their own end, better than I would say they have lately. It starts in net. You're going to need a great start from Tristan Jarry. You're going to need all of those things because, as you said, that is the top record in the NHL in the last 20 games. This team's playing really well.
What an incredible opportunity for the Edmonton Oilers, Tristan Jarry, the new faces of the Edmonton Oilers, and those three guys that we mentioned earlier on in this segment, and a great opportunity for us to have you on Game Keys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. In Oil Country, we'll see you tonight here at Rogers Place.